In the building, and I'm back with another video. If you're new to my channel, tap that subscribe button so that you won't miss out on any of my new uploads. And if you have already subscribed, what's good, what's poppin', welcome back to my channel. The items that you're going to need today is a mesh weaving cap. Now this specific cap that I'm using is a U-part mesh weaving cap. I picked up the wrong one in the store, but we're still going to make this work. The next item that you will need is a few strings of needle and thread, a pair of scissors, and of course the closure and bundles of your choice. Now the hair that I'm using in this video is from a company called Mayvenn hair, and I am a brand ambassador for them, and this hair is their Brazilian straight hair, and I love to co-wash any bundles that I get, period, from any company first before I use them in a wig on my head. I will leave the link to this hair in the description box below. Now the first thing that I'm going to do is place this wig cap onto this mannequin head exactly where I want it to be. Now you want to make sure that you're putting the cap on correctly. I had it on inside out at first, so you want to make sure that you're actually applying the cap on the right side before using your T-pins to secure this cap into its place. Now that I've got everything all situated and sitting where I want it to be, I'm going to take my lace closure and I'm going to place this at the very front of this wig cap. Now when you place it at the front of this wig cap, you want to leave just a little bit of space in the front so that when you apply the wig onto your head, you have that gap in the front that will lay more flush onto your forehead in the front. Now I'm just using T-pins to pull the closure very tautly. You do not want it to sit too loose on the cap. You want to make sure that you're pulling it pretty tight so that when you're sewing it and when you apply it to your head, the lace will lay nice and flat onto your head. I'm just pulling this hair out of the way so that it won't be in my way once I'm sewing, and I can see exactly if the closure is placed right in the center of this cap. Now I'm going to begin sewing around the perimeter of this lace closure and making sure I'm securely sewing it onto the wig cap. Now for this, you want to make sure that your stitches are really close to each other because you do not want any gaps in your closure as it sits onto your wig cap. And also, once you get ready to cut that piece underneath the closure, you do not want to see any gaps because then that could cause your closure to get loose and separate from the wig cap. So you want to make sure that you're making your stitches very close to each other. Now when I am sewing this lace closure onto the wig cap, I am sewing it one side at a time just to make sure that the closure will be evenly sewn on both sides. Now once you reach the back of the wig cap, you want to make sure that you're sewing it very tightly and close together in the back as well, but you do want to be careful that when you are pulling it down towards the back, that you're not pulling the front section of your closure too far away from where it needs to sit on your forehead. But you do want to sew it taut enough so that the lace closure will lay flat onto your head. Now this is what this lace closure is looking like once I've completely sewn it onto this cap, and I'm going to turn around and show you exactly what the front of this mannequin is looking like as well. Now I'm going to begin sewing on my first bundle, and I like to start sewing my first bundle right by the ear tab. And I'm going to take this first bundle and sew it going along the whole bottom section of this cap. Now I do not sew onto that flap that's at the very bottom of the cap. I sew right above it. And because this cap also has adjustable straps, you guys want to make sure that you're not sewing on the adjustable straps, because then you will not be able to use them, because when you pull on them they will not move. So you want to make sure that you're sewing above that flap section at the bottom and also sewing above the adjustable straps. Now as I reach towards the end of this row, I like to flip my tracks over. I do not cut my tracks, because cutting your tracks do lead to early shedding and early thinning of your bundles. So I do not cut my tracks, I just flip it over. And when I flip it over, I like to pass my needle through the weft of the track, just so I can make sure that the track will lay very flat towards the edge. And I like to sew a couple times in that same area, also to ensure that the track will lay flat once I flip the track over. I do want to mention that the closure is a 14-inch Brazilian straight closure, and the bundles are in 12-inch, 14-inch, and 16-inch of the Brazilian straight hair. Now when I'm stitching these bundles onto this cap, I do like to keep my stitches fairly close to each other, just so I can make sure that there won't be any loose tracks and to make sure that there won't be any slippage as well. Right here, I'm going to show you guys exactly what I mean by when I say I flip the tracks over and I like to stitch through the weft to secure the end of this track onto the wig cap, and then stitch in that same section a few times just to make sure that track will lay flat onto the edge of this wig cap. Now I'm just going to show you guys the spacing between the first two tracks. They're 2 finger widths apart from each other. Now I'm going to go ahead and finish sewing on the remainder of this bundle, and then I'm going to show you guys that these first 3 rows are 2 finger widths apart from each other, and then I'll be right back. Now I'm going to finish sewing on the next 2 bundles of hair, and then I'll be right back with the finished product of what this wig is looking like. This is what the wig is looking like once I went ahead and sewn all the bundles into this wig cap. Now as you guys can see here, I'm showing you the spacing between each row of tracks. Now the bottom spacing is about 2 finger widths apart, and as I worked my way up the cap, I decreased it to 1.5 and then 1 finger width apart from each other, all the way up to the top of this cap. Now I'm just parting a middle part because my client that I made this wig for, she wanted a middle part in her wig. This is what the wig is looking like once I went ahead and blow dried it to prep it for flat ironing. Now she does not like baby hair, she just likes the natural look in the front, so I did not create baby hairs on this wig. This is what the hair is looking like once I went ahead and flat ironed this hair bone straight. Look at this movement on this hair, y'all. This hair moves so smooth. It feels so nice. It feels amazing. I will leave the link to this hair in the description box below so that you guys can go ahead and pick up some for yourselves as well. A few people have already been messaging me asking me if I do make and sell wigs, and the answer is yes. I am a licensed hairstylist and I do make wigs for my clients on the side as well. So if you guys do want me to make a wig for you, just email me at missuniquebeautyyt@gmail.com. Please only serious inquiries, because I do have a lot going on, and if you guys want me to make the wigs for you, I have to make time and make sure that I get them out to you in a timely manner. In this video, I was able to show you guys how to create your own lace closure wig using 3 bundles and a closure. I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Comment down below any questions that you may have, like this video, and don't forget to subscribe. Bye, my beauties!